Welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia, and I'm a mom who's trying to get a family to financial freedom. I'm paid 2 times per month for my part-time job, and all of my other income comes from side hustles. But today, you guys, I wanted to actually do a count of what I have left in my envelopes. September was quite a few changes for us, but also a little bit of spending took place. So I just want to do a quick check-in. I also pulled out some prop money. I can't say that I believe at all that I'll need it, but I am going to put it here just in case. But also wanted to pull a couple bucks for an exchange if any of my envelopes need it. I can't even imagine any of them really need it, but we're going to see anyway. So we have $20, $40, $60, $80, $90, $100 here. If I need to exchange any bills. I had a couple 50s and I took them to the bank this morning actually, and I thought to myself after I was driving home, oh, I wanted to do an exchange. I don't know if any of them need a 50, but if it does, it's, you know, it's too bad at this point. So what we'll go ahead and do is I think we need to start with my binder here, because I think that's kind of the order I have it in. And some of the envelopes are new, or I just actually made envelopes for them. So I am going to have to jot some things down in the notes if the envelope is not already made. So beauty has nothing. I haven't gotten my hair braided yet, but I did go ahead and make my payment to get my hair braided. So there's that. Birthdays started with nothing. I only added, I believe, $10 during the month of September, and I gave that money to my brother. So it has 0. And car maintenance. I ended up buying some things for my car and added a few dollars during the month, but car maintenance started with 20 and now we have 5, 10, 15, 20, $25. I think what I'll do is, let's just do a 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll go ahead and put $20 in here. I was thinking of just putting a 10, but usually when you're dealing with your car, it's not little bills. It's big ones. Okay. So next up is clothing. We did get our kiddos a couple of items. They needed some winter, not necessarily winter, but you know, fall clothing, pants and things like that. They're pretty tall, so they grow really quickly, but clothing started with 15 and it's actually ending with 15 because, like I said, we were stuffing it, but we were also spending that money. So, but I am glad it still has something in it, because we really need to get focused on getting them some winter coats. So family fun started with 0 and ended with 0. I actually need to focus on making sure I have money in family fun, because I usually end up using my weekly allowance, my spending money, and so it's not always the most fun using up all my funds for that. Health is a new envelope I just added this month. If you've watched any of my other videos, my honey said I was kind of overspending in health and household and things like that. So we have $10 in health, and since it is a new envelope, I'll go ahead and write it in here. And I actually already set up October, well, started setting up my October budget, and I don't believe I wrote in any of the new envelopes yet, so I got ahead of myself, but I may have to try to figure out how to add those. Home is another one that I'd like to add. Maybe I should write that there. I haven't added it yet, so that way I know I have some money put aside. I guess home and health could go into the same, but we'll work on that. So holiday started with $20. We are working on getting some Halloween costumes, and somebody, Charmed Kitten, she did make a suggestion to get on Amazon, and I'm like, yes, that's a good idea, because we keep going into like thrift stores. We went to Walmart. They did find something in Walmart, but we didn't purchase it. Told them to really think about it, because once they make their decision, that's it. And then the school also has some limitations, so they can't wear full face masks all day. So we kind of want to find something that you know, they could wear at school and also to go trick-or-treating. So Holidays has $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, $45, $50. I feel like that's enough money for their costumes, because I feel like each of them should be able to stay within a $25 budget. But we'll see if I add anything else before we get to the store. I don't know, maybe $10 more would be suffice. I don't know, just try to give myself some wiggle room. All right, so Back to School, which is anything school, has $25 in it. And school started with $27. And we just bought a couple things, but they have picture day coming up soon. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. Because I think the least expensive package that we have is $14 per kid. So we may have to use some spending money if we decide to purchase them. It's always based on if they, you know, what they look like, if we go forward with them. Okay, so Break Time had $29 at the start of the month, and now Break Time has $10. Let's just go ahead. I wasn't even paying attention to see if anything else could be switched out. This is not my strong suit. Multitasking is for grown-ups. Okay, so Break Time, they did have a break, and when they were on break, every time they take a break, we do something fun. In October, they're out for a week, and they may actually attend the program that the after-school program they're in is offering. So that one is, I believe it's $95 a child. So we have to really beat this up, but Dad is like all over it. So, you know, if I don't have it, he's definitely gonna step in. So Victor he's been coloring his savings challenge, just scribbling really, because he wants to see how much he has. So we have 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right, so he has $40, and he actually started with $2. Let's see, what can we do here? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, we can do $20. And my kids are really, really excited about this saving. I told them once they save, the first 50 they save, which is the goal. I got this little savings challenge that fits right into the envelopes from Golden Girl Budgets on Etsy. And they are loving saving, and the $50 is a reasonable amount. Like, they've been going above and beyond trying to get money to put into the savings, because once they reach their $50, they can spend it on whatever they want. So I did tell them the next time that we're going to have a goal in mind of how much we're going to save, but then we're also going to make sure that we're putting this money towards something good. They mentioned before that they wanted to go to Legoland for their birthday, so I told them they can start helping to save with that. So Vincent has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. He has $38. And I am so proud of them both for taking their allowance and whatever extra money they make to put towards their saving. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's do 30. So we have a 20 and a 10. And I'm hoping that they'll continue on saving. I'm so proud of them. So because they were having so much fun doing theirs, I decided I would jump in and try to work on a savings challenge. My goal is to complete this one. It's $120. My goal is to complete it by the end of the year. So I'm hoping that I'm able to do that. I'm not going to, you know, stress myself out. It'll be done when it's done. But I'm like, okay, maybe I can finish that by the end of the year. So we'll see how all of that goes. So I don't have a, I didn't write it in here. And by the way, these are just sinking funds, not necessarily savings. Although there's a savings challenge, it's just money for them to spend as they desire. You know, it's just something to keep them motivated. And I'll show you what they actually have in savings in just a few moments. So safety net started with 0, and safety net now has 5, 10, 11. And basically my safety net is just if I need a couple bucks because I don't have, you know, a steady income, then I can reach for these dollars here. And then also I wanted to start saving for just me and my savings account. So I have savings account along with my kiddos, but I wanted to do it in the form of like a savings challenge to try to just get motivated. This one I'm just going to give myself as much time as I need, and then, you know, every time I complete it, or, you know, if I want to switch it up, my savings challenge, then I will. But I want to start making sure I have an actual savings account with money in the bank. So some kind of way it's been used as the emergency fund, or if I needed anything for myself or the kiddos, we would, you know, just pull from my savings. And it's been depleted and I haven't replenished it at all. Okay, so we only have a $20 bill left there, no more big bills, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so this is oh, I wanted to show you my kiddo savings. That's what I was going to show you. So the money that's in the bank is represented with the $100 placeholders, and they each have $500 in their account, both my kiddos. And then, as you can see, mine says Mommy Savings, and there's nothing in there. And that's why I was saying, if I do a savings challenge, maybe I can get a little bit more motivated. So I will work on, you know, saving, because I think it's a good idea to have something put away. All right, so let's see here. Christmas. What did Christmas start with? It started with $360, and Christmas now has $350 in the bank. So 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. So Christmas now has $395 and 10, 15, 20. Let's just go ahead and take this last 20 here. Not quite enough to use the $50 placeholder, so maybe I will pull from my wallet and add that last $5 so I can take $50 to the bank. But I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to cap that off at anyway. Alright, so taxes has $100 in the bank and $10 in cash, and taxes had $89, so now it has $110, and every time this reaches $50, I've been putting it into the bank. I feel a little bit more comfortable with that, and I've had to use my tax money a few times since the beginning of the year. I'm really hoping that I won't need to pay taxes, that I'll still get a refund, and that's why I'm not really stressing about this, but I'll kind of get an idea moving forward with what the deal is. Alright, so my boy's birthday has $20, $25, $30. Boys, where are you? Where are you? Started with $10 and now it has $30. Their birthday is in June. Like I said, they want to go to Legoland, so I was thinking maybe I need to start a vacation or a travel fund, and then also make sure I'm stacking this up, and then whatever they start to save for their birthdays. I think as many ways as we can save, we're going to try to do that. So Daddy's birthday has $5, $10, $15, $20. And this is a new envelope as well. So I want to make sure I'm adding to that. It doesn't need to be crazy. He's not really needy, but you know, a couple $100 and I can get him something he really likes. So, all right, so my birthday actually started with $10 and now it has $25. You guys, these few dollars here and there really adds up quickly. One of the things that I used to watch the Crafty Budgeter like all the time, and I would think that is so genius, putting $1 away, because those dollars, you know, start to increase so much. So instead of thinking, oh, well, I don't have enough to stuff, I'll just put it into my spending. I really need to make sure I have an envelope put aside throughout the week, like instead of spending money, putting it aside so I can make sure I'm putting something into my sinking funds, especially since I don't have a steady income. So then my $2 bills, nothing has changed, and I actually didn't even write those on there. No, I think I'll leave those because I want to count them at the end of the year, 'cause I don't remember how much is in there. Okay, we are getting close, my friends. I think, all right, so this is my side hustle binder, and equipment. Let's see, it started with 15 and now it has 20, and this is just whatever I have from Etsy. I'm really trying to figure out how I can increase what I have in these envelopes, so that way I can buy more products and more, you know, better equipment and shipping supplies, things like that. But at this point, I think I'm going to continue on doing what I'm doing and then see if I can transition to, you know, you make more money, you save more money. So right now, this is where I'm at. But Cricut, my Cricut payment has $5, $10, $15, and I don't track that as part of my sinking funds because it is a bill, and I know it's going to come out, and I have to pay, you know, Cricut. So moving on to YouTube giveaway. Started with $20, and it still has its 20. So we'll go ahead and leave that. Oh, and then, sorry, I lost you a second there. I knocked my phone down, the whole 9. Okay, so now we're back to business. Beauty is an envelope that I do track, and I originally had $20. And like I said, I made my payment, so now it's down to 0. And I skipped one somewhere, but we'll go back to, the envelope I did not write in. The amount was from car maintenance. I am all over the place. I am so sorry about that. Why did I skip car maintenance, or why did I not write it in there? Okay, so anyway, car maintenance, $25. Maybe I did count it and I just didn't write it down. Started with $20. I did some things on my car. Not a lot, but I need a lot of work on my car. Not a lot. I am so dramatic. I'm so sorry. I'm so dramatic. It's not a lot. I need some work on my car, but it's in good condition. It's running, but you know, there's just maintenance. You have to maintain it so it doesn't break down and things like that. So I really need to work on that. But anyway, I will go ahead and add this up off camera, and then I will display the total on the screen. So we will make sure that I don't put you through that kind of torture at this moment. But I need to count this and make sure this is $100 because this is what I need to take to the bank. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. All right, so it is the $100 that I need to take back to the bank, or maybe I'll use it for my cash stuffing coming soon, because I can just transfer the money that's coming into my bank. I did not have to use my placeholders, sadly. I'd love to be able to put the placeholders and take that money to the bank. But I think that's it, you guys. We've gone ahead and counted what's up in our what's in our envelopes. I will go ahead and transfer those numbers over to October's budget and did a little cash swap, a little one. I mean, it was tiny. I didn't have a whole lot, you know. It's when you have a low income and an inconsistent income, you know, it kind of shows. But I'm glad for every single penny that we've been able to save and every single dime that we've been able to put towards our needs throughout the year. We'll be creeping up in October, and we have a few months left in the year, and we will be still pushing hard. And in October, I'm going to be working on my Christmas budget. I want to make it as simple as possible. I think I'm just going to do gift cards, and I think I'm just going to focus on my family, you know, like my immediate nuclear family, not, you know, my nieces and nephews and aunts, uncles, cousins, and whatever. You know, I want to focus on making sure I have a little something for my family. So that's where my thought process is. Let me know how you're going to work your Christmas budget, what your plan is, or what you did last year if you don't know what you're going to do this year. But you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. All of the things that can keep us connected. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Feel free to check out Salenthia and Cassie J Creates. We're on Etsy, Big Cartel, and you can find us on Instagram. Thank you guys, every single one of you who have been supporting my channel. Thank you to the new subscribers who have decided to press that button and come back and see me again. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.